All right, everybody, welcome to Straight Line MTB. My name is Jacob, and today we're going to talk about our first ride review and what we thought of our Nukeproof Mega 290 on our local trails. All right, so we're finally able to get our Nukeproof built up, got all our parts in. If you're interested in what we chose and why we chose it, go ahead to our channel and check out our video where we talk more specifically about what parts we put on it and why we chose them. So now this is a large size. It's a fairly long slack bike and at just over 5'11" height and just under 32-inch inseam. I never felt like this bike was too large for me. I have a 150 millimeter dropper post and I have it about an inch pulled out. So the fit was really good and very comfortable. Seat tube angle is really steep and nice, and the reach didn't feel too long. So on the rear, where I set the sag at 30%, and on the front, I have it at 24%, which felt like a good balance, and I never really had to deviate from those pressures. So now let's talk about my least favorite part of mountain biking, which is the climbs. So with this bike weighing about 33.7 pounds, being super long and pretty plush, I didn't have a lot of high hopes for its climbing ability, but surprisingly, this bike climbed really well. I was very surprised. It was able to handle the technical sections of our climbs as well as the steep sections really well. Now, I'm not a stand up and mash type of climber. I'm more of a sit and spin, and it really served that purpose well. I never felt like it was too much bike to handle. Definitely on the parts where it got a little twisty and turny, and you do feel that long wheelbase, but nothing horrible because our climbs are pretty much straight to the top. So I was very happy with that. All right, so now on to our favorite part of our program is we're going to talk about how she goes down. And I'm happy to report that she goes down really well. So the first part of our trail on our loop of downhill is smooth with berms and drops and some jumps. Now, this bike definitely wasn't designed for those type of trails, I feel. It felt a little bit slower. It was a little bit more work to get around the corners since the bike is super long. But for the drops and the rockier sections, it had no problem. So I was very happy with that. It's not a speed demon in those sections, and I didn't expect it to be a race car. It's more of a monster truck. So the next section of the downhill on our loop consists of some steep chutes, a little bit of rocky, and a few hairpin turns. Again, this bike, it started to open up a little bit more on this trail because on the steep sections, it was really fast and really stable. You really feel comfortable in between those two wheels. They're really far apart. It sucks up the drops that were on that section, which technically they weren't drops. It's where it dropped into the steep section, and I just found myself hopping off the top and just kind of taking the air on the way down. And the few hairpin turns that were on that trail, that's where I found myself having to slow down a little bit more to get around because it's like driving a bus around a corner. But not horrible, and I did feel like I was a lot faster on this bike than I had been on our trail bike that we had previously. Moving on to the last section of the downhill is my favorite trail. It's a black diamond, and I liken it to something of a creek bed. It looked just full of rocks. It's just disgusting. It'll make you cry if you slow down. And it's something that where you have to just push and go real fast. That's where this bike really shined. I felt like I was on a cloud. I was on my first date, and I was holding my child in my arms because this thing took me down and did not cry. I actually, on the second loop on that first ride, I beat my fastest time on this trail by 4 seconds. And that says a lot because that trail is only about under 1,500 feet long and really scary, but really fun. So I was very happy with the Mega because she likes to get down and dirty. And so do I. So if you guys are enjoying this video or you're getting any info that you think is helpful, why don't you like it and subscribe to our channel so you can continue to get awesome videos because we're pretty awesome. So let's briefly talk about our build kit. So our XT 12-speed drivetrain, my first time on the new XT 12-speed Shimano, amazing. I will say I think I'm a convert from Sram. Shifting was crisp. The rear derailleur was silent, which is something that's always a positive, and never had any issues. I'm not a really great bike mechanic, and throwing it on and doing some minimal tuning, never had a hiccup with it. So that was awesome. Our wheels, of course, great No problems, not really much to say. No dents, which is good for me because I'm fat. I like to hit rocks really hard. We did have a little bit of an issue with the E13 rear tire. That was the LG1 casing. On the first ride, it tore pretty badly and it wouldn't seal. The front had a pinhole that had a very difficult time sealing on our second ride. Reaching out to E13, it was an issue. They took care of us. They have great customer service. I was really happy that I went that way to get that great customer service. So that was awesome. But while riding it, didn't notice anything, which is good for a tire because I wasn't noticing any slipping. It was gripping and it was really awesome. So slippy, grippy, great. Not slippy though. So moving on to our P&W components. So the dropper, the Rainier V2, it's the spring actuator. It was great. I like the return speed on it. Again, no issues, nothing to really say aside from it worked flawlessly. Our Magura MT5s were awesome. Having a 4-piston in the rear reminded me of how fat I am because these stop a lot better than the 2-pistons. So that was a really something I had to get used to, but it wasn't really hard because it was like that stopping. Did have an issue where the lever cracked. This was really something new to me because I've owned about 10 sets of these and never had that issue. Reaching out to Magura was not a problem. They're sending out a replacement, so that was awesome. And then we're going to talk about our Duralux fork, something that we're going to be doing a review on the long term. But again, not something I really put a lot of thought into it. Took everything that I threw at it. It kept up with the rear it kept up with the rear suspension really well, which was good. The one thing that was kind of throwing me off is she's really loud. Once you get to the point where you're closing the rebound, it's making a real swishy sound. I had an MRP ribbon, which was the most noisy fork that I had, and I will say that this was about 3 times louder. I mean, it's something that if you're a bro and you don't want to look weird in front of your other bros, that you'd be like, I can't do it. I can deal with it. I don't care because most of the times on the downs, you're not going to hear me anyway because I'm over there. So now I'm feeling a little guilty because we left out our grips and we did a grip review on our channel that I know you haven't watched. So please go watch it. But anyways, our Deity Super Cush, wow, it's just a grip. No, it's more than a grip. It's an amazing grip. And I really feel like it might be my favorite grip because they're squishy and they're sticky and they're really nice. So I'm very happy with them and I'll probably get another set for my next bike. So let's just wrap this up because I've been here too long. So the Nukeproof Mega 290 I think was a really good buy for me. It's the closest thing to a downhill bike, but she can also get you to the top, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Something that I could take to North Star, hit some Black Diamond trails, almost kill myself, but allow her to save me so I can get to work the next day. And it also can get me to the top of the trail. So that was pretty nice. We did do a more in-depth review on our website. So I know you're not listening because I'm super pretty and you're focused on my face. So go to our website at straightlinemtb.com and it'll give you a little more insight on what we thought about the Nukeproof Mega 290. And then go to Instagram and like us at straightline_MTB, as well as on Facebook, because I know you haven't, because just my mom and my wife have. So go check us out on Facebook at straightlinemtb. And then again, I'm going to say it, like and subscribe to our channel so we keep making videos. And then thank you guys. And you know what? Let's go ride sometime. See ya.